The Hyperion. The average Skyblocker's dream weapon, but it shouldn't be. It should be thrown in the trash. In this video, I'm going to show you why the Terminator not only outdamages the Hyperion, but also costs billions less. We'll compare prices, requirements, and usage in dungeons, Kuudra, and Slayers. And by the end, you might just be ready to list your Hyperion on the auction house. Let's talk numbers. A clean Hyperion is around 600 million coins. Sounds expensive already, but let's go test its damage. Okay, so yes, your brand new Hyperion does less damage than your Aspect of the Void. So to actually use a Hyperion, you gotta pay a few more fees. Add just a small amount of 800 million to fully scroll it. Now you have to pay 1.4 billion coins. Now the Terminator, a clean one goes for about 390 million coins. If you add the basics, all the free enchants, 5 stars, Soul Eater 5, and you're looking about 430 million. The only problem with the Terminator is that it requires Enderman Slayer 7, which is about 200 tier 4 Void Glooms. If you buy carries from Skyblock Z at 1.3 million per run, that's 260 million coins. I personally get mine for 1 million each from someone I knew, so try to find a good deal first. So the total cost for a Terminator is around 690 million coins, but that's still half of the price of a fully scrolled Hyperion. That extra 700 million you save can go into talismans, armor, pets, all things that boost your damage even more. In normal dungeon floors, both weapons are strong. Floor 7 parties usually run either 2 mages and 1 archer, or 1 mage and 2 archers. Hyperion can clear mobs fast, but so can the Terminator when paired with the right setup. The big difference appears in Master Mode. Hyperion can barely handle Master Mode floor 1, maybe 2. But most high level parties don't take normal mages anymore. They want left click mages, and those setups can cost billions more. With Terminator as an archer, you gain survivability thanks to Necron's armor instead of Storm's. You still do crazy DPS, and you don't even need Master Stars on your Terminator for early floors. Another advantage, being an archer makes it easier to get into Master Mode parties. Even if your Catacombs level isn't top tier, you'll still contribute massive DPS without the fragile glass cannon setup of a mage. For most Slayers, neither the Hyperion or the Terminator is used, except for Enderman Slayer. Hyperion can do damage, but an Atom Split Katana does nearly the same for only 40 million coins. For the hit phase, an Atom Split works, but it's still risky. Instead, you can use summons plus a Terminator, shredding the hit phase in seconds while staying safe. This makes the Terminator not just faster with Slayers, but way easier. Diving into Kuudra, anything above hot tier, Terminator becomes mandatory. It's literally the only way to deal damage to Kuudra. With the right setup, you'll output insane DPS that the Hyperion just cannot compete with here. Now, not everyone watching is sitting on 1 billion coins already, so let's talk progression. For mages, the typical path is Spirit Scepter to Hyperion. But the issue is, Spirit Scepter falls off quickly once you want to get into floor 6 and 7. And compared to a Spirit Scepter, Hyperion is worth over 120 times more. I just can't put together where or how an early game player will jump from 12 million to literal billions of coins. Archers, on the other hand, go Juju Shortbow to Terminator. And here's the key, Juju Shortbow alone is already extremely viable for floor 7 and even early Master Mode, so you're not stuck with a useless weapon while you grind coins slowly. Once you hit Enderman 5, upgrading to Terminator feels like a natural step. You've already gotten the value out of Juju, and the power spike is enormous. If we look into armor and pets, Hyperion users are locked into Storm's armor and a sheep pet for damage. A super squishy setup. Meanwhile, Terminator runs Necron armor, which is much tankier, and pair it with pets like Ender Dragon, Golden Dragon, or even budget items like Wither Skeleton. And here's the good part. Those same pets that Archer uses also buff your damage in Slayers and Kuudra, while Sheep does almost nothing outside of dungeons. So it's not just about the weapon. The whole playstyle around Terminator makes your setup stronger across the whole board. Here's the bottom line. Hyperion is universal and amazing at what it does, but it's still over 1 billion coins, if not more. And in most late game money making activities like dungeons, Kuudra, Enderman Slayer, Terminator outperforms it for just half the price. If you start with the Terminator, you can make billions faster, then buy a Hyperion later if you still want one. For most players, that's just the smarter progression path. So, which side are you on, Hyperion or Terminator? Drop your answer in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Skyblock guides. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.